Hi there, I'm Linden Thorp, and this is Our Way, Our Wealth. And I'm here every weekend on a Saturday and Sunday. And nowadays it's 11 a.m. at GMT because of the clocks. And yeah, I'm here really to help you to catch up with the week that's gone and to prepare you for the week ahead through all my events and my writing and so on. And also to introduce you to some of my favorite colleagues who collaborate with me, and we work together quite closely. And yesterday, as you know, we had Heather Barry, who has invented a whole system of goal setting, which is superb. And I'm actually working with her. It's superb. So please catch up with the clips that I'll give you of what we talked about. It was quite fascinating. And today, yes, we've got another lovely guest, one of my favorites. This is a colleague of mine called Abby Sheila Dietz-Spiff. And she is really a beacon of women's empowerment, guiding women to embrace their authentic selves. She's a self-love and mental fitness coach. She was born in Barnet in Hertfordshire. Her journey was shaped by personal struggles. And in 2014, as a single mother juggling a demanding career, Abby faced a life-changing awakening, struggling with self-doubt, chronic illness, and a toxic marriage to boot, which ended in 2000. She broke free from limiting beliefs through self-love and mental fitness. Now she empowers women worldwide to rewrite their stories and step into their power. Her programs Break Free from Toxic Relationships and Journey to Self-Mastery offer tools to overcome trauma, confront self-doubt, and build unapologetic confidence. Abby's heartfelt coaching helps women align with their true values and voices. So without more ado, let me bring her onto the stage. Here she is. Hi. Lovely to see you, Abby. Thanks for coming.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Linden. Thank you for inviting me today.
My pleasure. And we're streaming to LinkedIn and to YouTube. So welcome, everybody. And we're going to really chat about Abby's story. So, Abby, this whole coaching creation you've made all came from your own experience, didn't it? I think this is so empowering for other people to realize that your story, your life,
for other people to read.
Oh, your life.
Sorry, I just logged into YouTube to watch it.
I don't mind having a few robots around. But yeah, I think it's so inspiring that me as well, really, our stories, our life stories, the progress of our lives have brought us to this point where we want to involve other people in the global community. And I must say, when I was an educator, I still am an educator in many ways, but a different kind of educator. But when I was in the thick of education, I never, ever thought I'd become a businesswoman. And that's what's happened to me in the last couple of years. So it's just amazing that so many people are stepping forward, and especially with coaching, to encourage other people to step forward. So tell us about your story and how it brought you to this point.
Oh gosh, where do I start?
We've only got 30 minutes.
I got me to this point. Gosh, it's a long process. So, like you said, like Lyndon said earlier, I was in an abusive relationship, and then I had a chronic illness, and then I also had a slip disc. So I had health issues in
Yeah.
my started in my early 30s. And I guess it's probably came from stress,
Mm,
trauma, and
mm,
sometimes generational trauma. I found, like in
mm,
the case of my slip disc, that was generational trauma. So I got to a stage where I thought, why is this happening? And you can blame everybody else on the outside. You can blame society. I can blame my
mm,
ex. I can blame
mm,
upbringing. You can blame so many things. But at the end of the day, I realized that the buck stopped with me if I wanted control of my life. So, not excusing any external factors, but I think
mm,
the goal in human life is to find our purpose, which your last girl spoke about, and I really loved what she said about purpose. And it's to find our purpose. So we don't understand why bad things happen to good people or why bad things happen. But if you
mm,
think about it, if you give a child an easy life all the time, what are you producing in that child? And it's the same
mm,
that
mm,
falls for us. If we only had good experiences, we would never grow.
mm. Yeah.
Remain,
I,
sorry,
yeah.
go on.
No, I was going to say I totally agree.
Yeah.
Is
So yeah, you
so
go.
if we sail through life with no problems, we don't have any real experience in a way. And yeah, my guest yesterday, Heather, I must introduce you to her because she's fantastic. She had a very similar story in that she was a very sick child, and nobody thought she would live. I don't know exactly the details, but she wasn't supposed to survive at all. She was so sick. So she couldn't think about tomorrow, as a youngster. Every day was a gift, really, for her. Really amazing. So then, when she recovered, much to everybody's amazement, um, what did she do? She started to think about how to set goals because she wasn't able to do it. And now she's a real expert on master, which is her very special method of goal setting. So, from incredible adversity, she rose out of the ashes of that and created something quite phenomenal. So, yeah, absolutely. We
Well,
can't, sorry, say again.
I said sometimes it takes that, and a lot of people I'm meeting in my life, I'm finding that it takes so because sometimes we need a slap around the head to wake up to what we truly are. And sometimes
Yeah,
it takes something like that. Like
yeah,
for me, it's that because I was sailing through life. My childhood was okay. I mean, I didn't have any real struggles or any real suffering or anything. My parents had a lot, so I had more than enough. So I didn't go through any trials like that. But when I became a teenager and got into marriage in my late teens, um, I really started to face things, and then I got the
mm,
illness. And I was talking about on Friday. I was talking about autumn and trees. I love
mm,
trees. I relate a
mm,
lot to trees, and I think trees speak to us, but we can't hear them because we're in a different frequency. But they're just as sentient as we are.
mm,
And
really.
what they do in the autumn, so in the spring and the summer they're all green, all the green comes out. But what they do in the autumn is they let go of so the leaves become brittle. They let go, allowing, so they're letting go of what doesn't serve them anymore, allowing for when the spring comes and they start to flourish again. And
Mm,
it's the same with us. So we need to be in
mm,
our autumn, get to a state where we be in our autumn, and we let go of things that don't serve us anymore. Because if you're hanging on to things that don't serve you, you're not
mm,
allowing for things that will serve you to come in. And so that's what
absolutely.
happened to me. So I realized in my life after several years, I'm a bit of a slow learner, not like your guest yesterday. A bit of a slow learner. And after years, it suddenly hit me one day that I can't do anything about what happened to me in the past. I
Mm.
can't do anything about my ex-husband. Um, I can't change anything. The only thing I have control about is myself. So I went within, and it occurred to me that I had something to do. I'm not saying it's my fault, but I had something to do with where my life went.
Yeah.
And if I wanted it to change, I had to look at that first, to be aware of that, and
Mm.
to take steps in order to change it. So the main thing, and that's why I became, actually I was first of all a health and wellness coach. So looking at my illness and finding out that a lot of my illness was based on self-love. So I
Mm.
wasn't eating the right things. I wasn't sleeping well. I was
Mm.
burnout. I wasn't taking care of myself. So all the self-care things. And self-love is not about going shopping or spending a lot of money. You don't have to spend any money. Self-love is about internal, what's happening inside.
Mm.
Finding out that the root cause was actually to do with self-esteem, my worth. I'm not good enough. The others are better.
Mm.
I don't have enough experience. I need more education to be able to thrive. I need to keep learning. So I was one of the continuous learners, and I was never taking that forward because
Mm.
I just felt not good enough. So not enough
Mm.
experience. I'm thinking, well, you
Mm.
just got to do it. Like somebody said, done beats best. So as you start to do and you start to move, your brain gives you the how. So what you need, and your guest talks about the why. People say why, and she hates that. And I can understand because sometimes people simplify your why, but your why means digging. So why do you want to do that? You drill down to the real why, and that's unique for everybody because your why might be I want to be a CEO of a company, but the why might be I want to be the best mother. So again, I had to find out what
Mm.
I always found. I always thought because society taught me that success is being an A student, going to university, having a great job. And I really dug down is that really my why? My why is to be happy, to have a simple life, to be able to help and serve others. So my why is different
Mm.
um,
Mm.
from what I had been told as a child. And again, that's part of the self-love. So finding out what your
Mm.
passion is. So doing something that you really enjoy. And like your guest yesterday was really funny because I studied to be an accountant.
Oh, really? So you
Yeah,
watched? Yeah.
I studied to be an accountant, but I got married
Wow.
early, and then I had a lot of children, and they were very young, and I had a job training me to because I had my first level training me to work and get the other levels after my degree. But then I fell into human resources and worked in corporate.
Mm.
And
Mm.
it hit me after 20 years plus that I wasn't happy in corporate. And so
Mm.
when my children were older, I left corporate and
Mm.
I started to find my path. So like I said, I started as a health and wellness coach
Mm.
because
Mm.
of my health problems. Because I wasn't able, walking was painful. Each step I took was pain.
Oh.
Um, and I didn't know what was wrong with me. And this started in 1996. I didn't know what was wrong with me
Mm.
until about 10 years later that it was a slip disc causing it. And then when I was in physiotherapy, such a long journey. When I was in physiotherapy, my physiotherapist, she's from the East, so kind of like Asia, that area. And she said, "Why are you here?" I said, "Because I have a slip disc." And she said, "No, that's not it. It's trauma." And
Ah. Ah.
I
So
asked her, I said,
yeah.
"Are you
It was,
telling me it's all in my head?" She said,
mm.
"No, the pain is real, the injury is real, but it's trauma. Because
Mm.
when you got trauma that's severe, your body, which is what you'll talk about the body, your body gives you something to focus on, so you're not focusing on the trauma."
Mm.
And she said
Mm.
something like generational trauma.
Mm. Wonderful, wonderful. It's
Yeah,
so so great that you met her, and that in fact she had the
That was a
courage
turning
to,
point.
yeah, that was the turning point, wasn't it? Because she, although she may have had her very mainstream brief to work with a slip disc, she had the sense to see something beyond that, and to show you that, which is tremendous fortune, really, isn't it? Great fortune. Oh, that's a wonderful story, and I'm, so sorry that you had such pain and such. You were so kind of lost, and now you're radiant and you've found your purpose so clearly, and seems to me to be getting stronger all the time. Excellent.
Yeah,
I think.
you sorry,
Go
go on.
ahead. No, go on. You go.
Yeah, you said lost. You see, that's the thing, and I wish we could appreciate. That's why I think people stress about living in the present, because it's always good to
Mm,
appreciate the moment, because that's the only time you have. And now
mm,
looking back, I can see why. I can really understand now why those things. And if those things, if I didn't go through the journey I went through, I would be a different person today. And I love who I
mm.
am.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
so yeah, so it was, unfortunately, it was painful. And maybe I just needed a slap to be able to get here. And that was my slap.
A good
Sometimes,
slapping.
because sometimes like I was just going, like in the fairyland and just going near things, and not questioning a lot of things. I wasn't questioning the why it happened to me. I would just be told you have to take this, and I'll take it. I'm going to think, well, so why did it happen in the first place?
Mm,
Why did I just have a sleep disc? Why? I mean, a
mm.
friend of mine, hers was obvious because she fell from a horse. So
Oh, yeah.
but
Yeah.
she has no pain now. So I found different alternatives. I grew up with allopathic um, medicine because my father was a doctor, my mother was a nurse. So it was all medicinal, but which is good and serves its purpose. But from a very young age, I had real doubts. And I think when I was really ready to know, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And
Mm,
I
yeah.
think when I started, it was weird because I started getting answers. I started getting answers. I would be at a bus stop and somebody would say something. I started meeting different people. I would open up the computer and I would come into passage. And I was religious at the time, so I would open up the scriptures and I would get certain answers. And I realized that there were other ways of healing, and so which I used, which helped me on my journey. But then it really, really hit me probably about 10 years ago that it was all down to my self-esteem and
Mm,
all down to
mm,
my lack of being authentic, being my real self,
mm,
following the
mm,
labels. So I'm a HR manager, I'm a mother, I'm a wife. Those are all labels. That's not who you are or who
no.
I am. And it's about going within and finding that authentic self and being authentic to people, being
Mm,
yourself. I'm not kind of thinking, I don't know what they're going to think about me, so I need to act this way.
mm,
So that's
mm,
the
mm,
have that mask on. And in my book, I talk about the mask, where we come out, like people saw me as confident, successful, but inside I didn't feel confident. I always
mm,
had imposter syndrome. I'm not good enough. That person's better. What if I make a mistake? What if they find me out? So I always had that, and that was really strong with me. But
mm,
now, even though I know that I might have not have the greatest knowledge or the greatest wisdom, but there are people who need what I have to offer to, and I am just as good as people who have studied for hundreds of years.
of course. Yeah. I
So,
mean, absolutely. I think that we place our developed societies place so much stress, or we emphasize so much knowledge. To me, knowledge is nothing, frankly, because because it's the limited mind. I'm going to start on about my different kinds of minds now. But I mean,
That's great. I love it.
knowledge is a great thing, but it's only a tool. It's only one little tool among many, many, many tools, which we can't access anymore because we're so withdrawn from natural life. And, the more we live in urban sprawls and the more we live in that kind of cityfied way, the less chance there is of us accessing any of our incredible range of other tools, like intuition, like telepathy, like all manner of things, which, of course, First Nation tribal people still have. And they are, to me, an incredible example. I must just comment on two things. The one is very important. It's the fact that we outsource everything to experts in white coats. And they may be qualified and they may have enormous knowledge, but they don't know who we are. They don't know our DNA. Yeah,
you know your body, and you are unique. So what happens with the white coats is that they generalize, and one size fits all.
Yeah, that's right.
One size does not fit all.
That's it.
Yeah. Talking about knowledge that you said, what I found out is that some people, I mean, I have both, which is good. I have knowledge in what I'm doing, and then I have the experience in terms of wisdom. So wisdom comes with age, unfortunately. It does. As well as we want to deny, it does come with age.
Not unfortunately. It's fantastic.
Some people don't understand it, but it does. It does, because there's no way. And I find that you connect better with people when you're working from wisdom, because you can feel, you can truly empathize. You can't empathize from knowledge. You can have a kind of idea, but you can't feel. You can't feel the pain. You cannot. You just can't feel it. So I find that when I work with people who are me maybe 5 or 10 years ago, they really relate, because I'm really feeling the emotion, and because we're energy, it's transmitting. So it's like we're like magnets, aren't we? So it's kind of I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of transmitting. So because body language, and I think we spoke about that recently. Body language is most of our communication.
Yes, that's right.
So when you're speaking the word, so that body language is so unconscious. So the unlimited mind is acting out. The unlimited mind is acting out. You're not aware of it, but that other person is seeing it and feeling it. And so while knowledge is good, knowledge and wisdom together is just, and so
I think absolutely, and I think the responsibility thing is really important. So you really put your finger on that, because we outsource. We say, oh well, I'm sick. Okay, the doctors will have to take care of it. Oh, I'm, got a problem with my refrigerator. Oh, the electrician will have to take care of it. And I feel so fortunate in my life, because my father was amazing. I was the eldest child, and a very close relationship with him. A fantastic guy. The only guy I've ever really, truly loved, to be frank. Fantastic guy. And I was 3 or 4 years of age. And at that age, he was talking to me and he was saying, now I'm going to make sure you can do everything a boy can do. Everything. This is such an unusual attitude, I think. And I was a bit I wasn't sure at that point whether I wanted to be a boy. I wanted to be a girl, because of the gender stereotyping and so on. I wasn't sure that I wanted to do all that, but he insisted. And so he gave me a toolkit at the age of 7. He taught me how to wire plugs at the age of 9. I could decorate a room by myself by the age of 13. So actually, I am so grateful to him because it means that I have total confidence in myself to do anything, anything at all. And I will have a go at anything. I've rewired houses. I've demolished buildings. You wouldn't believe the kind of things I've done in my life. And that's
And that's the
purely.
thing. And that's the key to have, because when you're your authentic self, you will try anything that you want to. You might not have, because I guess if you were a girly girl, I wasn't a girly girl either. If you
No,
were a
I
girly girl, you
wasn't.
probably would not have had any interest in that. So you wouldn't have attempted. But the point is that girls are different. Some girls are girly girls. Some girls like climbing trees. I like climbing trees and I like playing ball.
Yeah,
But that didn't
yeah,
make me less of a girl.
no.
And if I wanted to, if you have faith in yourself and confidence in yourself, you would do what you want to do. You're not going to say, "Oh, just because I'm a girl and
Mm.
boys do it." If I want to do that, I can probably do it better than a boy can do it. Doesn't really. There's no set thing that this is this and this is. It's
No.
what you feel that you want to do. You should be able to do it regardless. And that was
Yes.
a good thing
Yes.
that your father taught you, because a lot of fathers,
Yeah.
I think, see girls as dainty and want to protect them. But
Yes.
some
Yes.
girls don't want to be protected.
No, I didn't. And I quickly learned I didn't want to be protected. If in fact, I would like to protect others. So,
Yes, yes.
and that's where that yen came from, to educate and bring people
Mm.
out of the darkness into the light. But yes, I mean, at the age of 21, I was um, I was studying music, but in my holidays, I drove buses, red buses, double-decker buses in
Yeah.
Manchester. I was the first woman bus driver in Manchester.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I've got pictures to prove it. There's nothing I won't try, and I people are kind of amazed and envious very often because I don't have any fear about trying, and I'm also not scared of failing, because to me it's not a failure, it's
That's
just
such a gift.
feedback.
Yeah, that is that. I think that's one of the greatest gifts, because for me, again, I think fear of failure was a problem, and that keeps you
Mm,
back. But again, that is down to your self-esteem, your confidence,
mm,
knowing who you truly are. Because when you
mm.
know who you truly are,
Yeah,
you have no fear of failure. And
that's
now I'm
right.
finding it, because it's not actually a fear of failure. This is just a negative word. It is an opportunity for growth. So every mistake is an opportunity for growth. It becomes a failure when you keep doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result, like Einstein said.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, ye of little knowledge. But yes, I mean, I think gender discrimination starts so young in most people who have to follow the form. They have to do what other parents are doing. But my parents did not at all, and in fact, my mum was dead jealous of me because me and my dad used to work together. He'd say, "Come on, let's just build this table together." And my mother just was excluded. So she was truly sexually jealous of me and my father. But, I have always known who I am. Yes. And that
It's funny
allowed
that
me.
how some people know from when they're very young, and a lot of us have to rediscover, because it's always there who you are,
Yeah.
but it's
Yeah.
about discovering it. A lot of us have to go through that journey to
Yes.
rediscover.
Well,
Mm.
clearly, and I'm glad you're talking about journeys, because we each have a unique journey to travel, and mine is very, very different to yours. And I think that the true pathway, once you're on it, once you've done your rediscovering. And in my case, I became a Buddhist when I was 10. That was the next thing.
I
That
know
that was
that's damn. Oh.
that was what made me stay on the right path,
Mm.
because the Buddhist teachings are so incredible, really.
Amazing. Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and that was another amazing story, which I'll tell you some other time. But the thing is that people don't listen to their hearts.
To
And
the body.
I always have. I've always thought,
Mm.
do I really want this? Even as a child, do I really want this? No, I don't want it. And I would push it away, and my mother would bash me and say, but you should. And I said, no, I don't want it. And I'd push it away. We are taught to be people pleasers, and I have never ever done that. I love people and I love to please them, but I only will do it if I'm authentic. And if I'm
Mm.
not,
Mm.
I'm not interested. So some people find me very difficult from that point of view.
Funny too. I would only do things. I'm not a people pleaser either. I would only do it if um if it was coming from here. And that's why when people say, "Can you do this for me?" and I say yes, and they say, "Oh, I feel bad." I said, "No, don't feel bad, because if I don't want to do it, I won't do it, and I'll tell you I won't do it." You know,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying yes because I want to do it from here. Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. Ebby, we've come to our time now. There's so much more to talk about,
It's
as
gone so
usual.
quickly.
Yeah, it goes so quickly, and I hope you'll come back again.
Of
Um,
course, of
and,
course, I
and
will.
and we'll continue on, because I think out of our little talk today, there are so many elements that jump out here that we could pursue, and they'd all be very appropriate to this time in our lives when the digital era is really at its zenith, and now AI is ascending. And this is the time for us to be totally embodied and totally authentic. I mean, there's never, ever been such a good time for that. And so I know you and me too, we are working so hard to encourage people to be themselves and to appreciate what amazing, unique characters we all are, and how we can become a stitch in the tapestry of all life.
Mm.
This is a kind of Aboriginal view of all existence, that we're all a stitch. And the stitches are broken, some are missing altogether, some are faded, some are vibrant. But to me, I'm all the time trying to encourage people to renovate their stitch, if you like, and make their stitch really vibrant, so that this huge tapestry of all life will work beautifully, and we won't have wars and we won't have conflict and any of that stuff. We'll be
And again,
really.
it's knowing who we are as individuals. We have responsibility. I mean, I know we always blame this and blame that, but we're not where we have to be as individuals, because the individuals make the collective. In terms of, like, we don't have wars, we're not there.
No,
Yeah, we're not
it's
there at
going to
all in terms of
going to
our
take time.
individual development.
Yeah, yeah,
So
right.
unfortunately,
Keep your finger in the page, because we'll carry on with this. I'll make a note of where we got to, and then we can carry on another time. It's been so lovely to have you. It always is so great to talk to you.
thank you, it's been
And
lovely.
we are really learning from each other all the time, and it's great. I love it. Thanks, Abby, so much. And yeah, I'll invite you again soon, and we'll carry on with this.
Great.
Okay, have a great Sunday. Relax,
Thank you.
and
Have a great Sunday.
thank you. And
Bye.
see you next week. Bye. So thanks so much to Abby, Sheila Spiff. This is just great conversation, and it's follows on so naturally, I think, from talking to Heather Barry yesterday. There is just so much we can do, even if we are struggling or have been struggling, gone through very bad times, we can always overcome that, and we can always rise above all of those problems and do something superb. But as Aby said, the best thing we have to do is find our purpose. And that's why we're here as coaches and mentors, to help people find their purpose and get launched. So if you'd like to know more about what we do, Abby and me, just contact us, DM us, and I'll be posting clips from this. So don't worry if you didn't catch all of it, you'll be able to get the highlights during the week. I'll be posting those starting tomorrow. And we'll have Abby back another time and continue on. So thank you so much for joining me today. This is Linden Thorp on Our Way, Our Wealth. And I'm here every weekend. If you'd like to join me, please just DM me and I'll send you a link to join me in the studio, or you can just sign up to be an audience member. So thanks so much. See you next weekend. Bye-bye.